And as me and Dua have finally gathered our breath and calmed down a bit after what we just witnessed, welcome back to the April Monthly Cup, where we have a match that is unbelievable. We have Otaaaq, Binkss, Epos, and none other than five-time world champion CarlJr. I don't know if anyone's ever heard of him. I think he's kind of good at the game. No, I don't know. He's no idea. But this promises to be even more incredible than what we just witnessed
Yep.
a few minutes ago in the previous match. And Nua, this is amazing. I'm
Yeah.
loving this.
Look, OC, it's not the done thing, right? But I think I'm going to do it in this situation. We call them grand finals. I'm going to call it these are the grand semifinals at this point as well.
The
Like that's
grand
they've
semi-finals.
earned it at this point. These are
Mhm.
some truly impressive lineups in both semifinals as well. Of course, we're focused in on Epos in this one. Uh-huh. The
Oh,
other
here.
semi-final equally as stacked. It's Binkss, Otaaaq, Epos, and CarlJr. We did just about miss the map order, but luckily OC has managed to get us a screenshot that's in Discord in our private channels. So it will be liftoff into Sublimation, into Cadence, into Castle, wrapping things up on Halfwood. I'll be totally honest with you, OC. I do not think that favors Epos.
No, I don't. But at this stage, does anything favor anyone ever when you're coming up against current defending world champion Otaaaq, five-time world champion CarlJr., and overall gamer of the video game Binkss? Like, what? If you're Epos here, you're kind of just like, okay, I can do this.
All right, yeah, cool. Yeah. I'd love to know what the headspace is for, I mean, honestly, all these players, because yeah, just a very stacked match.
Yeah, it's incredible. Do you know what the headspace is for Epos? Celeste A1 soundtrack. That's what the current headspace is for Epos. He told us in good information before the match that was going to be on repeat in his head for the whole match to listen to, and
Yeah.
I mean, maybe that's going to carry him to victory here. We do not know as we get started on liftoff, the technical RPG map. I guess you could call it, all about keep
Yeah.
speed. And look at who it is in first place. It's Epos has brought himself into an early lead.
Yeah, he does go so wide on that line through the first pool section, and I mean, it's worked in that he carries more speed, but, well, I was going to say the gap closes back to Binkss a little bit, but Binkss has crashed a little bit. Otaaaq gets very close to the wall, but does not end up in it. Epos is moving a little bit slower than the other cars, but that was just waiting to get Reactor. He's back onto the grass, he's clipped. Epos has clipped, he's not lost all of his speed, but he's lost enough to slip into third place, and Binkss is closing the gap as well, only a couple of tenths behind Epos. Final jump, and it's CarlJr and Otaaaq heading to the line, neck and neck, and it is going to be CarlJr by 100th. 5 world championships are better than 1. They'll gain you an extra 100th.
Yeah, apparently so. Carl taking that whole "I've won almost everything ever" buff and just taking it and using it to gain that extra 100 there on Otaaaq in the end as we go into round two. That was a really unfortunate clip for Epos there. He was on a 0.5, almost certainly, based on the fact he was a 10th ahead and Carl ended up doing a 0.6. But you know, that's okay. He just needs to make sure he doesn't do it too often. That's all.
Yep. Potentially throwing away what was a dream start to the first round as well, because you can see it immediately. It's just much closer at the start of this second round. Again, that different line from Epos with all 3 cars being very close. This is a decent look at how it performs pretty evenly, I suppose, is the easy answer there. All 4 players within a tenth and a half of each other through the middle of the track. It's Epos in third, but that's actually a second place. Deceptive as we hit that next checkpoint. Binkss holds on to the lead, but the 2 cars are half a car length apart heading into the final jump. Who goes low? And the answer is CarlJr carrying speed. Binkss held onto it. Epos is gaining all the way to the line, down to the final jump. Epos with the snipe. Check that red dot. There's a sniper in the next building over. His name is Epos, and he takes it by 6 thousandths.
Had a thick time as well, a .4 coming out from Epos there. Those times there were incredible. Just .2 behind world record from the players, and this is incredible. This is the match we wanted to see, and this is the start we wanted to get off to, Nua.
Oh, we have 4 more maps to go, and we're only halfway through the first. That looked dodgy from Epos, but I think it is okay. He's still in the mix. The readjustment not costing him. He does take the same line as everyone else this time around through the pools, and CarlJr leads. He's got a little bit of daylight behind him, but it is a car length, if that, a tenth and a half, 2/10 separating the entire field, and no mistakes yet.
No mistakes yet, as Epos has fallen a little bit behind from the pack, as the pack is super tight as they go into the last jump. Otaaaq clips on the right hand side, leaving just Binkss and Carl fighting it out for the victory, as they both seem to land pretty clean. Can Epos replicate the snipe? No, he cannot, as Binkss wins the round with another 0.4. The times are ridiculous so far.
3 points separating the top 3 after that round. It's 20, it's 19, and it's 18 for Epos. Otaaaq on 12, 3 rounds down, and it is, well, literally very little separating them. There is 1 point separating them, so I'm not going to say nothing. Let's be accurate here. Let's strive for precision, OC.
Yes, as precision is the name of the game on this map for sure, as they go into this first half pipe here, as Epos has to release and will with the quality. Oh, Binkss makes another mistake though, as Epos might now be able to get himself up into a third place. But if we look ahead to Otaaaq and CarlJr battling it out at the front, will one world championship finally be 5 here as they go into the drop down? And Otaaaq has overtaken Carl. He seems to be using his 1 championship buff here, and Carl has swiftly used his 5 world championship buff. But after that early mistake, Epos in second, exactly.
Yeah, and he's got a gap. He's got plenty of room. He's fine with that second place. That'll be a good map 1 for Epos. A round win, couple of second places. He's happy with how that one shakes on out. Binkss will DNF. On the end of that round, he'll stay stuck on 19 points, and that, keep that in the back of your head. That's 3 points that Binkss has thrown away in this round, and given how tight this match is and how tight we expect it to be, that could end up mattering in terms of, you know, making finalist or not come the end.
Yeah, absolutely. Like those points with how close the match is now, how close the match will be at the end, I'm sure of it. Those 3 points could be super important to Binkss.
Yeah. Do we think that Carl just threw one of his World Championship trophies at Otaaaq in the last round? He's just, look, he's got enough of them. He's just using them as weapons.
I like to think he used it as kind of like a red shell in Mario Kart. And it was like it had a homing device in it, and he kind of just lobbed it out of his car.
OC, genuine, OC, do you have Twitch chat open at the moment?
No, I have one monitor. Currently, I have
just a truly incredible case of parallel thinking, because not moments before that, Magpie had called it a red shell. So
you're telling me I'm as smart as Magpie? I will take this and run with it for life as we go into sublimation, into the ice. I wish I could have Twitch chat open. I only have 1 laptop screen.
Hey, we're into sublimation, and CarlJr is leading the way on this one. We've seen problems at the ice for the end of this, notably for Epos as well. That 360 has caused him problems in the past. We're hoping that those have been worked out of his system, because you can't afford them in a match of this caliber. Epos looking very good through the first the ice section before the end here. He's gaining on Carl. 360 to go. Epos in second. Carl just leading the way. Good turn from Epos. I think he has the speed. I think he's gonna catch Carl to the line. Carl is inside though, and Carl touched on the inside pole. I thought Epos had him, but it's 9,000ths of a second between them.
Wow. And there we go. Epos just absolutely nailed the 360, and then had so much speed, got a little bit confused and went a little bit wide, allowing Carl to come back into it. But this match has been unbelievable so far, as Carl and Epos have now put a small bit of daylight, but specifically Carl, but Epos is starting to now pull away from Binkss and Otaaaq, which is important for him in this match.
It would be nice.
Once again, top 2 is all you need.
Top 2 to lock in a grand finals in what has been one of the single most competitive Trackmania tournaments of the last, I don't know, decade. Like, this has been crazy so far. And yeah, I mean, I can't believe this is only a semi-finals. That is going to be someone going a little bit slow on the outside there. I think it was Otaaaq maybe going a little bit slow on the outside. Epos is looking great through that ice. He has on pretty much every round so far nailed that long uphill ice turn, and if he can nail this 360 again, there's a chance for a round win. He does lead the way into it. Carl and Otaaaq right behind, chasing as Epos will slide out, and Binkss was close enough to capitalize, and at the finish line it will be Otaaaq across. He once again see a first place finisher clip the inside of the finish but still get that car across the line.
That was very close again from Otaaaq. Very, very close again from Otaaaq. Almost giving up a round win there. But look, he's done well to hold on to it, and now the gap closes significantly.
Yep.
To Epos and Binkss and Otaaaq, as he was comfortable. Not comfortable. I don't think he can be comfortable in this match. Yeah. 7 points is about as comfortable as you can be in this match, I'd say. And now finds himself kind of brought back 6 points ahead. Clutches. Yeah. Brought back a little bit into the clutches of the players behind him. It's the idea of it, Nua.
Yeah.
It's the idea of it as Binkss leads us into the 180 ice side.
Yeah, as Carl is still sitting up and competitive. Otaaaq, though, will slip behind Epos, who once again doing great on this turn in particular. This 360, though, is where you have to make it all count, and Binkss is a long way out in front. Will he navigate this successfully? Which of the 3 players behind has the best option out of Epos? Starts it late, looks good, might be gaining. I don't think it's the track left. It is a full slide out from Otaaaq. Epos, no, he touches. Epos, what are you doing, brother? He lets Otaaaq through, and the second place thrown away at the finish line.
The finish giveth, the finish taketh. Otaaaq surviving last round, followed by gaining a place to Epos not surviving this round. I think Otaaaq's paid the finish. I think there's some sussy business going on here. This needs an investigation.
Just the mental image of walking up to the Trackmania finish line. Oh, that's bad. But mentally just walking up to it and just taping it like €10 note to it and being like, "That's for you."
That's for you. As Epos with the early mistake, unfortunately for him, as Carl leads by over a 10th. Is he cooking? He is on a nice time here, I'm pretty sure, as Binkss and Otaaaq will be hoping to try and catch up to him, but once again, into the ice 180, and then Nua.
And then the 360. The degrees just keep getting higher, and the degree of difficulty along with it as well. Carl, with a poor exit there, has been gained on by everyone. Back in the thick of it as Binkss and Carl enter together into the 360. Any mistakes to come through, both of them look clean. It's Binkss with an inside line. He's very tight. It's speed on Carl, though. It's so much speed on Carl as he takes the round win. Binkss takes second. Otaaaq was close, but not close enough, and Epos, that early mistake, unable to overcome it, will settle for 4th place, and dropping a decent way back now from sitting near the lead of the match for a while is now slipping back.
But we have gotten through sublimation. And I think that's probably Epos's weakest map as we go now onto Cadence, the full speed map. So
I'm scared of Halfwood as our 5th map in this, to be honest. We saw a few rounds from Epos there that ended in mistakes, but Cadence has been great for Epos. This is definitely one where he wants to win a couple of rounds. I'm going to say 2 round wins for Epos here would be I'm not going to say bare minimum, but would be within the realm of expected possibility, and also a very good outcome.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is just I'm at a loss for words. It's
That's
bad.
fair.
I'm a caster. I shouldn't be. This has been unbelievable so far.
The problem is they're driving, and when they drive really fast, it creates a vacuum, and that vacuum actually, scientifically, it sucks all the words out of your head. It's proven.
Nave just discussed it in scientific terms. I can understand. I can comprehend. You know what I mean? Comprehendo this here. As Carl leads Epos. Oh my God, Carl is speed sliding. I never thought I'd see the day. I didn't think we'd see it ever again.
Carl is speed sliding. He's not speed sliding as well as Epos is. Once again, the start off the track goes incredibly well for Epos, but he's lost it a little bit on this dirt. Carl hauls him back in through that middle section onto the first bit of wood. We will go in a second. There's more dirt to go first. I'm still, look, the maps, they're sucking my knowledge of the maps out of my head too.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to jump into wood here and then go into dirt as Epos has this outside line. Will he go for it? He will not go for it here. Maybe didn't feel the need, maybe didn't have the right lineup as we go into the last wood on the map here. And now the really important outside dirt entry. Can both players survive? They do. Epos gets it really, really well. Epos gets it really, really well and will win the round here with a 106.5, which is quite a nice time. Zero point 0.3 behind the world
Yeah.
record, I do believe.
Yeah, that is quick. That is great. That's exactly what you want from Epos. I said kind of, 2 round wins for Epos here within the realm of possibility and would be good. A third one would be incredible. 4 round
Hmm.
wins, we've seen him do it before, but maybe asking for a little bit much.
In this lobby, perhaps, but if he does do it, it'll give him, the motivation and probably the momentum to just grind this through and get himself into a top 2 spot.
Yeah, it'll be huge. Again, these speed drifts from Epos, I think, have been great. There's maybe some older school players in this lobby for whom the speed drifts do not come as naturally, so Epos, being the zoomer that he is, maybe has the advantage despite not being known as a full speed player. That's my copium, anyway, for this round. And once again, he's kind of, after a rough first couple of turns, done incredibly well through that full speed section, sitting now in second, arguably first place. We'll see what the checkpoint says. It is second, but he's into first cleanly.
Yeah, and here we go now into this dirt uphill where Epos has had the best end probably of any of the players in the match so far, as he goes for the outside kind of this time. I'm not really sure on that. Maybe it's just kind of a smoothing outline to keep speed.
Mm.
As we go into the wood, he is chased by Binkss and Carl, probably 2 players you do not want to see behind you, as he nails the outside once again, and Carl gets a little bit of a clip, and now Binkss cannot catch him. Point three! Wait, point three is
106.393.
nuts!
That's so fast. That is, I think, less than a tenth off Epos's public PB
So
as well. He is driving
it's
out of his mind on cadence right
it's
now.
funny you mention his public PB. He
Oh,
just drove a
sorry.
106.393,
No,
correct?
you're right. Yeah, yeah.
He just matched it. He
He
just
did just
matched
match
his
it.
online PB. Wow.
Okay,
I think goes to
Epos.
show.
He's locked
Epos
in.
is cooking. He's locked in. He's found what he's maybe been missing a little bit. He hasn't looked as convincing as we had expected him to so far, but maybe he's now found that little bit. It just took to being in a lobby with Carl. That's
Yeah,
what it took.
this is it. I think Celeste A1 started re-looping at the start of this track, and that was all the
Yeah,
motivation he needed to get through on it.
absolutely.
Look, man was so excited to find out that it was on Spotify before these matches
He
started. I
was,
don't
yeah.
think we can oversell that.
No, he was he was very excited. I don't think people actually understand. No, people who are in BITM BC with him will understand, right? But
That's fair. He's cooking
here we
again.
go now.
This is
Yeah,
close though. Binkss and Epos heading into the final section completely alongside each other. But Epos has cooked on this final turn time and time again. He's wider than Binkss. He's cooking again. Don't let this man in the kitchen. He's picked up another first place on cadence.
yeah, Epos. This is a brilliant performance from him on cadence. Absolutely what he needed in this match, and now he leads by. He doesn't lead. I can't do
He
maths.
doesn't. He's behind by a point. He's
Ah,
behind by a point,
but
but we
but
still have another round on cadence. This is
yeah,
Epos bias. The tournament format favors him.
yeah, absolutely. And now, of course, me and Nua unable to count to 4 naturally because we're casters, not mathematicians. Epos will be hoping to make a 4 wins from 4 as Carl makes an early mistake, which means Epos should find himself at least tied for the lead at the end of this round. If he can make up some places, he'll find himself in first place.
Yeah, and he's looking faster than Otaaaq on the exit there. Binkss still has that gap, but Otaaaq is slipping his way a little bit further down towards Epos, who's quick on those outside dirts. Every single one of them is a chance to lose places to Epos for everyone else in this lobby right now. Otaaaq is held on, though. He's looking clean around here as Epos wants it. He wants it bad. He's gaining again. Speed is there for Otaaaq on the exit, although he lost it at the very end. He looked clean right up until he didn't. Binkss is just putting in the time in this round. He is looking good. This final turn, it'll come down to for second place, I think, as Epos climbs into second. He crashes on the inside. CarlJr, 3.5 seconds down, may still catch Epos. That's the battle right now. He's got the speed. He's gaining. Epos will go for the risky fin, and he will just about scrape out the second place. They will be tied for first place. Epos tied with a 5-time world champion heading into our 4th track of the lobby. But it's Binkss and Otaaaq who come out on top in that round.
That was really unfortunate for Epos there, but I think, having 3 wins, making it 4 wins from 4 in this lobby was just It's a lot.
Hey, we'll
It's
settle for a
impressive.
75% win rate on
Yeah.
the map.
75% win rate is, it's not like quite 80, but it's good enough,
Hey, do you know
It's good
what?
enough.
Irish college system, probably the British college system. That's a first.
That is that is a first. Yeah, it's crazy that I don't know what a first is because I already know I'm not going to get one. But anyway, that is not here nor there as we go into Castle. A map that Epos has struggled on. He has struggled
Yeah.
on the ice side, specifically the light poles on the ice side.
Yes.
If you are the mapper who mapped this map and placed those light poles there, the BITM community does not like you. I will
Okay,
tell
let's
you
not
that
get
already.
too aggressive about it. I will say, I think the issue for Epos has been he's been really quick on the preceding dirt section, that kind of awkward, bumpy, zigzag section.
Hmm.
And in some ways, he's kind of struggling to line up the ice as a result. If he can sort that out, Epos potentially does have a very, very strong finish on this map. Now would be a great time to overcome those gremlins and to start to clean that finish up, because this is a close match still. Carl and Epos tied on 74 points. Otaaaq has dropped behind the lead by 20 points, 54 after 3 maps. Binkss only 6 points behind the lead, though, is still very much in the conversation. Epos, first time then into this bumpy section. Let's see how he does. Setting up about as wide as everyone else. He's semi-even line through it. Epos looks good through there. Goes very wide off the light post. It is anyone's round through the final ice turn. Who gets a better exit? It looks like Binkss, he goes so late on straightening up, but it works out for him as Binkss takes first. Carl with second, and Epos, less than a tenth behind, will still be third.
What a round. What a round. They're really unfortunate for Epos to kind of stalled a little bit at the exit of the ice line and lost some speed, allowing Binkss to get back into it. And now we have 80, 78, 78 in this match. Binkss, Carl, and Epos all separated by only 2 points. This is getting incredible now.
I thought Binkss had overcooked it there. I thought he was still sideways way too late in that ice slide. I thought he was going to lose his speed. He timed it to perfection. I mean, look, he knows things I don't. I'm fully ready to admit that, but I am impressed at the end from Binkss there.
And once again, Binkss has this line here on the grass where he just seems to gain a little bit to Epos every time. We saw it in their match earlier. And I'm not sure if Epos is taking a little bit of airtime or something like that, but Binkss always comes out of that section in first place, as he has done now. And now, how is he not on the wall? Now, we go into the bumpy dirt, we go into the ice side again, and now it's up to Binkss. Can Binkss keep that first place? Epos fires back through, and now into the ice side we go.
Gotta be
up
brave.
the hill. It's
Gotta be
Otaaaq
brave.
and Binkss and Carl. Epos has low speed. He should be able to get second place still.
That's cool.
As what a time from Binkss,
It's okay.
dipping into that 57-second mark, and
I think Binkss is cooking on this map in particular. This looks like the map that will send Binkss to finalist right now. Epos and Carl, then the question is who comes out on top in that battle, because they are both on 84 points. That was much better from Epos at the end. He keeps the car sideways. He is brave on the exit from the ice slide, does not straighten out as soon as he did in the previous round, and it allows him to pick up the second place in that round. Now, if he can build up a big enough gap to Binkss, Epos definitely still has the potential to win a round on this map, but I think he needs that gap going into the finish.
absolutely he does need that gap going into the finish, as now Binkss leads away through this direct grass, and Epos comes back as Binkss makes a mistake, I think. Yes, Binkss
Yes.
skips. He is out of this round as Carl and Epos and Otaaaq will fight it out for the win here, as Epos leads them into this third section, gets the outside quite nicely, and now must survive the bumpy
Come
dirt
on, Epos.
to get the ice side. Come on, Epos. This is the round for Epos right here. He needs to win this one.
It's great speed from Carl entering the ice slide, though. Again, be
It's
brave
great
towards
speed
the
for
end here.
Epos.
Keep it sideways. It's great. He's done it. He's going to pick up
done
the round win. Epos 10 points, moves to 94. Carl hasn't finished. He has. The scoreboard just didn't update. It's fine. I was looking at Carl and losing my mind, but Carl comes third. He's only on 88. Epos leads on 94. If he gets a second or first in this round, he's in finalist.
And if Binkss gets the win, he's in finalist. And now Carl will be like hauling on all his experience, everything he's done in this game over the years. Just that's not what we wanted to see.
Not ideal. It's fine. He's
still there.
2 tenths down. He's still well in this round.
He is still well in this round, but now Carl will be calling on all his experience, all his expertise, all his mastery in this game to win this round right
Oh,
here. As
Binkss!
Binkss has eliminated himself from the round at the same
Second or
section
better.
again.
Second or better for Epos is all he needs, and he's he's
Oh,
exactly a tenth
gracious.
behind. There's a Otaaaq. He's fallen behind. Epos is through into the second place. Early mistake wiped away. Carl gets airtime and Epos gets airtime. Both of them jumping pretty high into that section. Epos just needs to hold it. He's got 3/10 of a gap. He is fine. Carl touches. Epos is going to win the round. He just needs to keep it out of the wall. Carl will have to take second. That's big, keeping Carl further away from finalist as well. And Epos is currently the only finalist in a lobby that has 6 world championship titles between it and Binkss. Epos is the only finalist.
But now, Dua, and now we cannot be excited because it is Halfwood, a map that Epos has struggled on today, to say the least. He now needs to just go into that zone he's in when he's practicing and just drive. And just drive and not worry about the noise around him. You're not finalist in the semi-final of the April Monthly Cup in a lobby with 6 world championships. That's not true. It's not happening right now. It's not real. It can't hurt him, right, Noah?
Well, they can't. That was all in the past. This is Epos on finalist, and this is Halfwood, who's been practicing the new surface, and will Epos be the player to take the advantage? He's been quick on the map. His struggles have come at the end. That final jump into the right-hander, he has clipped a few too many times for me to be comfortable going into this match, but he is more than capable of picking up a win in this lobby.
Absolutely, as he leads just about here as they go up the hill. He needs a win, just a win before anyone else can get to. That's all he needs, as he hopefully can get it here as he tries to track down Binkss, who's got a slightly better start to him as he goes a little bit wide but has a more inside line into this drift. He needs to push a little bit here if he's going to want to get out of this map now, as he has.
He's pushing.
And now he's thereabouts with them.
He's got speed.
My nerves are shot. I don't want to know how Epos feels here as he goes into the end.
Wood section, the last couple of jumps, this one in particular, Epos needs to push. He's hoping for a mistake from Binkss, maybe towards the end. He's got speed, low jump from Binkss. Epos will not catch. The gap was a 10th. Epos shows his pace. He's joined on finalist by Binkss. Carl is still denied finalist mode as well, though. But we are heading potentially to a triple finalist, or Binkss and Epos walking through to a grand finals.
And that was really important for Epos there to get second place to deny Carl the finalist mode, because otherwise you're looking at triple finalist now, and you go from having 2 rounds to 3.
Oh,
Epos makes a mistake.
Oh dear. Oh god. Oh god. Oh no. Best case scenario here, I guess, Otaaaq winning the round, but that's not looking maybe the most likely right now. Otaaaq has been struggling for the last few rounds, the last map and a half, really, it feels like. He's been quiet. That's scary in and of itself. I mean, Otaaaq is a very, very good player and could kind of come alive at any moment. I mean, I don't think we want to hit quadruple finalist. That would be too stressful. But right now it is CarlJr who is looking to put us onto triple finalist. Binkss right behind. And if Binkss wins this round, as he has the lead just over Carl for the moment, it was only temporary. It is Binkss looking to head to a grand finals. I think the speed is there for Carl. Binkss catches a little bit of penalty grass on the outside there. He'll lose speed. Otaaaq through into first. Carl sits in second. Carl will be through. It'll come down to a low jump. Otaaaq loses speed. Carl's on finalist, and Otaaaq only picks up 4 points.
Triple finalist, Carl, Binkss, and Epos. Here we go.
News from the other semi-final. Pack has qualified. There will be British representation in from the other semi-final. I also want to say at this point, we are claiming Mime. He's part of the British-Irish Trackmania community as well. So if he goes through, double British representation, Epos to make it 3. 1 good round is all it needs, and that is one hell of a good start from Epos.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant start here from Epos as he leads away. He now needs to just make sure that he can keep this pace up throughout the whole map and just play as well as he possibly can to keep these players at bay as Binkss has more speed and overtakes him. Oh, I don't know what's happening. This is insane.
It is the three finalists in positions 1, 2, and 3. I tell a lie. Otaaaq and Carl Skins, they occasionally throw me off. Binkss with a mistake. Otaaaq, all that stands between Epos and the grand finals right now. Otaaaq has the advantage. A gap of about a car length, but the speed is on Epos' side. Into the final wood section we go. Mistake from Otaaaq. I'm begging you, do it for the British Isles. He looks clean. Epos will have to settle me for a second. It didn't really matter all that much. Otaaaq was clean anyway. Nobody goes through, and Otaaaq moves to 86.
What is going on, Dua? This is incredible. This is insane. We have another round on Halfwood still to come, as we still have 3 finalists. Can Otaaaq make it 4? It's a lot. It's a lot of points. He needs to win 2 rounds in a row.
He's won the last 2, hasn't he? I mean, he's quick.
Epos has the better starts here. He is always first place, and then he just loses the pace as the map progresses.
Yep.
Oh, come on, Epos. Come on, Epos.
We're going to be going back to liftoff, I think, no matter what happens here. I believe this is our last round on Halfwood, so there is another map to get it done on. It would be nice to just get it done here, though, as Epos and Binkss are the 2 cars battling for first place at the moment, and it is anyone's guess, honestly, as to who's going to take it. It is CarlJr. also right there. Any 3 of these players could do it, but that is someone dropping back. That was Binkss who's dropped all the way back. Epos and CarlJr then. 5 World Championships versus none. One World Championship attendance, and it is Carl into the wall. Epos heads to the line, and Epos is the first player through this semi-final. Pack in the other semi-final. It is British supremacy as they lock in top seed in both semi-finals.
Epos, unbelievable from him there on a map he has struggled with the entire day. Today he has Why is he showing on my screen? Why is he on my screen?
Okay. It's okay. It's okay. No, it's just loading. He's through.
Sorry, I thought we had badly miscalculated there. I thought we had really messed up.
Oh, the release of nerves is not going to be for that long. This is still double finalist. I mean, hey, we've got the outcome we wanted here on the Blue Jays and British Irish stream, but it is now Carl and Binkss. If Otaaaq wins this round, we're back into triple finalist again, which, my God. And then we head to a grand finals with Epos and Pack and whoever else wants to join them there, because right now it's up to someone to lock their ticket.
I think just for the plot's sake, we almost want Carl. I think just for the scenario, we almost want Carl.
For the 2 ex-Solary players, the current Solary players, I can't remember what's going on with the rosters at the moment. Ex-Solary, yeah.
And Binkss makes the early mistake.
Oh.
And now it is Carl and Otaaaq. We either get triple finalist or Carl's out.
I'm calling our shot.
Here they go into the last half pipe here, as Carl needs to get a super low jump here to threaten Otaaaq on the finish line. He gets it. He's gonna have more speed to the line, but it's not gonna be enough as Otaaaq puts a triple finalist.
Why was anyone worried about that final couple of turns? I called our shot. I knew we were going to triple finalists. It is Otaaaq, Carl, and Binkss, 3 players who know each other well, but only one of them goes to a finals in this moment in the April Monthly Cup. There are more of these to come throughout the year. This is a year in which Trackmania competition is going to be, it's going to be dumb, OC. I don't know. It's going to be crazy.
It's going to be incredible. Look at what we see. This is the first one. It can, this is the benchmark we're setting, which is just incredible. As now Otaaaq has suddenly come alive, like we saw in the World Cup. Improved with every moment, as Carl is quite far behind for what this lobby is. Yes, 1/10 is far behind. That's how good these players are. As Otaaaq goes wide, but somehow doesn't clip. And now it's Otaaaq and Binkss neck and neck going towards the finish.
Otaaaq and Binkss. Binkss has been on this finalist mode for a while. Otaaaq's only just got here, and Binkss will be through. I don't think he can miss from here. He just needs to not hit that ring. Carl gets close, but it's not going to be close enough. Binkss was here first. Binkss will be out last, but he is heading to that grand finals alongside our GOAT Epos. And it is going to be a grand finals to watch. I mean, it has been a tournament to watch up until this point, and it is still not over.
It is still not over is right now, as Pac and Richie will be the two players joining Epos and Binkss in the grand final of the April Monthly Cup. And I am, oh my God, I can't believe what we've just watched. That was incredible.
For a third time today, Epos and Binkss will match up. This time, the stakes higher than ever. Not only is money on the line, all those World Tour points will also be on the line. It skyrockets from here in terms of what's available to the players. Looking forward to the World Championship later this year. But for now, we look forward to our grand finals. We're going to go to one more break, and we'll be back with the grand finals. I've said it a few times. It's a grand finals that deserves the name grand. We gotta go,
Grand
but
final.
it's
I
not
think
for long.